Welcome to yoga. I'm Liza, and you could join me live Wednesday mornings on Zoom at 7 a.m., or you could watch my recordings on YouTube at any time. In our practice today, we will focus on the heart, opening up the chest and connecting to our center of compassion and kindness. We will get started in a seated position, and you're welcome to sit on your mat. You could sit on blocks or cushions if you have them available, or you could even sit in a chair. So find a way to set yourself up comfortably and allowing the hands to rest on the lap. And you can either close the eyes or gaze very softly down towards the earth. Sitting tall with the shoulders relaxed, and begin to move your awareness inward. Letting go of the thinking, critical mind, and moving inward to connect with the consciousness within your heart. Connecting with your center of compassion and kindness. Allowing yourself to be guided from your heart as you move into your yoga practice. Now connecting with the breath, and as you inhale, consciously lengthen through the spine, extending the crown of the head towards the sky, bringing the chin parallel to the earth. Broaden through the chest and move the shoulders down the back. Allowing the belly to remain soft, allowing for a full and easy breath. Directing the breath in and out through the nose. And begin to slow down the breath, lengthening each inhalation and each exhalation. You can continue breathing slowly and deeply in and out through the nose. Or if you like, you have the option to add the ujjayi breath by softly constricting the back of the throat to make an ocean sound. Keep breathing. And if you're practicing the ujjayi breath, allowing that soft sound to help focus the attention. And receiving the gentle, warming sensation and the relaxing quality of your breath. And you're welcome to return to this ujjayi breath at any time in your practice. Now, as we prepare to ease into movement, reminding yourself to be guided by your heart, practicing kindness first to yourself and your body, and knowing that you're always welcome to take a rest or modify the practice in any way to most practice kindness to yourself. And now shift around and extend the legs in front of you. Resting the hands by your sides underneath the shoulders. Sitting tall and keeping a slight bend in the elbows. And now begin to flex and point the feet. Loosening up the ankles and the legs and releasing any tension or tightness that you may be holding from sitting. And now bring the legs a little wider apart and begin to circle the feet, drawing the toes towards one another and then away. I've got my little loving friend here today with me. And now circle your feet in the other way. Again, loosening up the ankles. Okay. And now give the legs a little shake from side to side to release. And now we'll return to a cross-legged position. Again, sitting tall with the shoulders relaxed, resting the hands on the knees. And now begin to circle the torso, loosening up the spine. And you can make these circles large or small. And now reversing and circling in the other direction. And making the circles a little smaller and slower. And returning back to neutral. And now bringing the hands by your sides along the floor. Lift the chest and relax the shoulders, sitting tall. And now we'll work on loosening up the head and the neck. So as you next exhale, drop one ear towards the same shoulder, and then inhale, coming back to center, and then exhale, dropping the head to the other side. So moving slowly and gently, lengthening one side of the neck and then the other, and keeping the shoulders drawn down to bring the stretch deeper into the shoulder. And now begin to expand on this movement. And as you drop the head from side to side, begin to sway the torso from side to side, bringing the spine into the movement. And gradually making the movements a little bit larger. And as you move to one side, pressing that hand into the floor, allowing the opposite hand to lift. And then bringing that arm overhead, moving into a larger side stretch. Loosening up each side of the torso, warming up the spine a little bit more. And the next time you reach over to whichever side you're heading towards, coming here to hold, keeping the hips level, chest lifted, shoulders relaxed, head and neck remain in line with the spine. And now begin to circle the arm from the shoulder, tracing large or small circles, exploring your own range of movement. And now pausing to reverse. And you're welcome to keep a soft gaze or close the eyes here if you like, adding the Ujjayi breath. And the next time you circle the arm around, coming now to hold. And if you like, stretching a little bit deeper, sliding the hand on the floor a little further away. And now bending the top arm, placing the palm behind the head, and we'll add a twisting motion. So now as you exhale, lower the elbow and the chest towards your knee, and then inhale, twisting up towards the sky. Again, exhaling, diving down, and inhaling, lifting the chest up to the sky, and moving back and forth at your own pace. And once more. And releasing the movement the next time that you lift the torso. Reaching the arm overhead once again. If you like, moving just a little bit deeper. Stretching only to the point of comfort without strain. And now on your next inhalation, gently pull the navel towards the spine and slowly inhale, lifting the torso back to center and then relaxing the arms down by your sides. Pausing here for a breath or two, and notice how one side of the body feels in relation to the other. And now we'll balance it out by moving to the other side. Inhale as you lift the opposite arm overhead and then exhaling, reaching over. Again, keeping the hips level. Keep lengthening through the torso, lifting the chest towards the sky, and now circling this arm. And it's fine to keep the circle smaller or larger as you like. Moving at your own pace, breathing naturally. We're adding the Ujjayi breath. And circling that arm around once more, reaching the arm overhead, lengthening. And now bringing the palm to the back of the head and preparing now to add the rotation. So as you next exhale, twisting through the spine, lowering the chest and the elbow towards that knee, and then inhaling, spiraling open and looking upward as you lift the chest towards the sky. And once more. And letting that go, reaching the arm overhead once again. Moving to your fullest extension without any strain, like walking the hand on the floor a little further away, perhaps even dropping down to the elbow if that feels comfortable. And now press the hand into the floor, pull the navel towards the spine. Inhale as you slowly return to center. Exhaling, release the arms down. Take a breath, receive. And now bringing the hands to the floor in front of you. Lift up and transition onto the hands and knees, coming into a table position. Bringing the wrists underneath the elbows with the fingers spread wide, or if you prefer, you could drop to the elbows if that's better on the wrists, or come into fists, and you can always shift between those options. Knees or hips width apart, tops of the feet resting on the floor. Keep a slight bend in the elbows to avoid hyperextension, and lengthen through the spine, extending the tailbone and the crown of the head away from one another, moving the shoulders down the back. Moving now into dog and cat stretches for the spine. As you next inhale, lift the tailbone, open up through the chest, lifting the chin, coming into dog. And then as you exhale, draw the tailbone under, round the spine, and bring the chin in towards the chest into cat. Breathe naturally in and out through the nose, or add the Ujjayi breath if you like. And moving once more in each direction. And returning to center. We'll work on stretching the legs now. So stepping your left foot forward, bending the knee and coming into a low lunge, sliding the right knee towards the rear of your mat. Resting on the fingertips, lifting the chest and relaxing the shoulders. As you next inhale, begin to straighten that front leg a little or a lot. And then exhale, bending into the knee once again. Moving back and forth here at your own pace as you loosen up the hip and stretch out the leg. And the next time you return to the low lunge, holding here, preparing for a twist. Resting the right hand on the floor, left hand to the left hip, and twist towards that front bent knee. You keep the hand to support the lower back, or if you like, extending the arms straight up from the shoulder. And you could stay here keeping the back knee on the floor, or you could come onto the ball of the back foot and straighten that leg, your choice. And if you straighten the back leg, pressing into the heel, breathe. And now exhaling, unwinding, coming to the high lunge. And if the back knee is on the floor, straightening that leg now. And now stepping the front leg back into a plank position. So the heels, hips, and shoulders form one long line as if you are at the top of a push-up. And now exhale, lower the knees down and slide the arms and hands forward. Lower the forehead or chest towards the mat, coming into puppy stretch. And from puppy, we'll slide forward into Sphinx, straightening the legs and bringing the belly to the mat as you bring the torso between the arms. Press into the elbows, broaden through the chest, gaze towards the floor in front of you, pressing the pubic bone down and pulling the navel towards the spine. Exhaling, lower the head and chest to the mat. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders and press back up to table. Now coming onto the other leg. Now bringing your right foot forward, bending that knee in line with the ankle, sliding the left knee to the rear of your mat. And inhaling, begin to straighten that front leg a little or a lot, and then bend into the knee as you exhale. Moving at your own pace. Continuing to warm up the leg, moving without any force or strain. And the next time you bend the knee, coming to hold. And now bringing the left hand to the floor, right hand to the right hip, twisting the torso in this direction in line with your front knee. If you like, lifting the arm. And perhaps straightening the back leg, coming onto the ball of the foot and pressing up through the heel. And now exhaling, unwinding. And if the back knee is on the floor, straightening that leg, coming into the high lunge, and preparing now to step forward into a forward fold. Exhaling, step the back foot forward to meet the front. Relax the crown of the head as you hang in the forward fold, keeping a soft bend in the knees. Bringing the hands to your shins or coming onto the fingertips. Inhale, lift halfway, spine comes parallel to the earth. Exhale, soften forward. And now press into the feet, bring the hands to the hips. Pull the navel towards the spine and inhale as you slowly hinge from the hips, keeping a long neutral spine. As you gradually make your way up to standing, bringing the arms out to the side and overhead. And then exhale, lowering the hands down to prayer position in front of the heart. Close the eyes or gaze softly here. Feeling the heartbeat. Notice any sensations of warmth or energy. Notice if you feel a little bit looser. Releasing the arms down, we'll move next into the breath of joy to bring a little bit more warmth and energy into the body. Standing with the feet a comfortable distance apart. Soft knees. For the breath of joy, we'll do 3 short inhalations through the nose and then exhale through an open mouth with a soft sound. And we'll coordinate that breath with our movements. So I'll show you two different variations of breath of joy, one where we remain upright and one where we'll add a forward fold. Standing tall, relax the shoulders, inhaling through the nose, the arms come in front. Inhale to the side, inhale overhead. Exhale, lower the arms down. Again, in front, to the side, overhead, down. Add a little bend to the knees and move at your own pace, moving slower or quicker. And now if you're feeling good here, you have the option to add the forward fold on the next exhalation. And if you feel at all lightheaded, moving forward, feel free to remain upright. And twice more. And after you release, standing upright with one hand on the heart, one hand to the belly, close the eyes. Breathe into your hands. Feel the heartbeat. Receive the joy. Receive the warmth, the energy, the aliveness of breath of joy. And releasing the arms, give a little shake to one leg and then the other. We'll move next into a variation of the half sun salutation, and then we'll come into some warrior variations. Standing tall with the feet hips width apart, relaxing the shoulders down. Inhaling as you lift the arms out to the side and overhead, bring the palms together to touch. And then exhale, lower just the arms, bringing the hands to the lower back. Draw the elbows towards one another, bend the knees, open the chest, gaze upward, coming into a gentle back bend. Inhaling, straighten the legs and bring the spine to neutral. Exhaling, hinge forward, long neutral spine as the hands slide down the legs into a forward fold. Relax the crown of the head. Bring the hands to the shins or come onto the fingertips, lifting halfway. Exhale, soften forward. And now press into the feet. Bring the hands to the hips or extend the arms to T position. Navel to spine, inhale as you hinge back up to standing. Bringing the arms up and overhead, and then exhale, lower the hands down to prayer position in front of the heart, completing one round of half sun salutation variation. Now coming to stand at the front of your space. Release the arms, standing tall. We'll move into another half sun salutation, and then we'll add on our standing poses. Stand tall, relax the shoulders. Inhale, arms reach out and overhead. Exhale, lower the arms down, hands come to the lower back. Move into your gentle back bend, bending the knees and opening the chest. Inhale, straighten, exhale, hinge forward into your forward fold. Lifting halfway. And then exhaling, stepping your right foot back, bending into your left knee, coming into a high lunge. Or if you prefer, for a variation, you could drop the back knee and come into a low lunge. The back leg is straight, coming onto the ball of the foot and keeping that heel lifted, pressing into the feet. On your next inhalation, bring one hand at a time to your front knee, lifting the torso upright. So if the back knee's on the floor, you can lift up into crescent. If the back leg is straight, you'll join me in Virabhadrasana, Warrior One. So press into that back heel and square the hips forward. So the right hip comes slightly forward, left hip slightly back. Lengthen evenly through the abdomen and the lower back, and draw the thighs towards one another for stability. So in warrior one, you can always slide the back foot closer in for more stability, or you could draw that back foot towards the rear of your mat for a deeper stretch. Standing tall, relax the shoulders, broaden through the chest. Chin is parallel to the earth. Add the ujjayi breathing if you like. And now release the arms and inhaling, bringing the arms up and overhead. Relax the shoulders. And now moving into a variation. So leaning the torso forward about halfway. So you're creating a long line from the back heel through the crown of the head. And notice what changes here. Notice where you feel the posture most. Breathe into those spaces. And inhaling, lifting back upright. And now exhaling, lower the arms down, bringing the hands to the lower back, palms facing, fingertips pointing downward. Again, draw the elbows and shoulder blades together. Expand through the chest, coming into a supported back bend, gazing upward. Care of your neck and only dropping the head back if that feels comfortable or gazing straight ahead. One more breath here, and then inhaling, releasing the arms overhead once again. And exhaling, hinge forward, coming into a high lunge or low lunge. And if the back knee is on the floor, straightening that leg into a high lunge. And then stepping the front foot back into a plank position. Heels, hips, and shoulders in one long line as if you're at the top of a push-up. And lower the knees to the mat into table. And then slide the hands forward, lowering the chest or forehead towards the mat. Keeping the hips lifted in puppy. From puppy, we'll move into Sphinx. Straightening the legs, lowering the hips down as you bring the torso between the arms. Press into the feet, press the pubic bone down, navel to spine. Broaden through the chest, moving the shoulders down, keeping the back of the neck long. Exhale, lower the chest and forehead to the mat, sliding the hands underneath the shoulders. Press up into table, bringing the balls of the feet to the mat, and then press back into downward facing dog. Spreading the fingers wide, press into the hands. Lift the tailbone up and back towards where the ceiling and wall meet behind you. And then bend into one knee as you press the opposite heel into the mat and alternate. And now come to stillness, pressing the heels towards the mat. And it's okay if they don't reach. And if you need a break, you can always bend the knees and return to table. Keep pressing the tailbone up and back. Draw the shoulder blades down the spine, aiming the crown of the head to the space between your hands. We'll prepare to move into a three-legged dog and then come into warrior on the other side. So shift the weight into your left leg, extend the right leg up and back for a three-legged dog, and then bend that right knee in towards the chest, stepping that foot forward, coming into high lunge. And again, if you like here, you could drop the back knee to the floor, coming into low lunge. So the feet remain hip width apart. Draw the tailbone down. On your next inhalation, lift the torso, bring the hands to the hips. And adjusting your stance if you like. Bending deeply into the front knee, square the hips forward. Draw the tailbone down, lengthening through the abdomen and the lower back, pressing out through that back heel. Drawing the thighs towards one another. Releasing the arms and inhale, lifting the arms up and overhead, relaxing the shoulders, arms are shoulder width apart. Keep breathing, ujjayi breathing if you like. And now for that variation, tipping the torso forward about halfway. Keep pressing out through the back heel, lengthening through your spine. The shoulders relaxed and the chest open. One more breath here, and then on your next inhalation, lifting the torso back up right to neutral. And then exhale, lowering the arms, bringing the hands to the lower back. Inhaling, opening up through the chest, drawing the elbows and shoulder blades towards one another, moving into a supported back bend. One more breath here, and then inhaling, return to center, arms overhead. And now exhaling, lower down into a high lunge or low lunge, hands to the mat. And if the back knee's on the floor, straightening that leg. So we're in the high lunge together, and then step your front foot back into plank position, heels, hips, and shoulders in one long line. And exhale, lower the knees to the floor. And either move into puppy and sphinx, or lower the chest and chin to the floor, keeping the elbows close, and then moving into cobra or upward facing dog. Breathe. And now either moving back to table and then downward dog, or pressing right back into downward dog. Lengthen through the back of the body. Keep breathing. Ujjayi breath if you like. And now shift the weight into your right leg, extending your left leg up and back for three-legged dog. And bending the left knee in towards your chest and stepping that foot forward into lunge. And then stepping the back foot forward to meet, moving into your forward fold. Release the crown of the head. Lift onto the fingertips or bring the hands to the shins, lifting halfway. Spine is parallel to the earth. And then exhale, soften forward. Hands to hips or arms in T. Press into the feet, pull the navel to the spine, slowly lift all the way up to standing. Bring the arms up and overhead, palms touch, and then exhale, lower the hands to prayer position in front of the heart. Close the eyes or gaze softly, standing tall, feel the heartbeat. Receiving the energy of your standing postures. Notice any sensations of warmth, energy, spaciousness. Notice what has changed. Releasing the arms down. Preparing now for a standing balance. We'll come into eagle pose. So begin by standing tall with the feet hips width apart, relaxing the shoulders. Inhaling, lifting the arms up and overhead. And now as you exhale, threading the right arm underneath the left. And you can either hold onto opposite shoulders, or you could cross at the wrists and bring the palms together, drawing the elbows down. Bend into the knees. And finding a focal point ahead of you on the floor to fix your gaze and attention, keeping the mind calm and the breath flowing to help you to balance. And now shift the weight onto the right leg as you come onto the ball of your left foot and lifting that heel. And you're welcome to stay right here. If you'd like to move further into the pose, lifting the left leg off the floor, crossing at the knee, allowing the foot to hover, or you could rest the toes on the floor, or you have the option to wrap at the ankles. So choose your variation here. Anyone is fine. Keep breathing. And now very slowly, if you cross the leg, gently releasing both feet to the floor. Straightening the legs, coming upright, releasing the arms up and overhead. And relax the arms down. Allow the palms to face forward. Take a breath or two here to receive. Just notice what you are feeling, and if any sensations or any critical thoughts arise, see if you could replace them with compassion and curiosity and acceptance. Again, notice the sensations, notice how one side feels in relation to the other. And now give a little shake to that left leg to release. Give a shake to the other leg, and then we'll prepare for a new experience on the other side. So working with balance poses are a good way to help cultivate confidence and focus, and also helpful in preventing falls, which is good to do in snowy, icy weather like we have this week. Again, stand tall, relax the shoulders. Inhale, lift the arms up and overhead. And now this time, bringing your left arm underneath the right, crossing at the elbows and perhaps at the wrists, or bringing the hands to shoulders, drop the elbows down and bend deeply into the knees. Finding a focal point on the floor, breathing steady. And now shifting your weight into your left leg, coming onto the ball of your right foot, lifting the heel. So gradually shifting your weight from two legs to one. You could stay right here, or if you'd like, you could lift that right leg, crossing at the knee. The foot could hover, toes could touch the floor, or you could wrap at the ankles. Choose the variation that your body is calling for, being kind to yourself and breathing. One more full breath here. And if you've crossed the legs, gently unwrapping, return the feet to the floor, straighten the legs. Inhaling, releasing the arms up and overhead. Exhale, relax the arms down, receive. And notice whatever it is you're feeling with compassion and perhaps some humility and patience. And now interlace the hands together behind the back, or clasp opposite elbows together with the hands. And if you clasp the hands together, straighten the arms, pressing the knuckles down towards the floor and away from you, opening through the chest, drawing the shoulder blades together. If you're holding the elbows, drawing the elbows down to open up through the chest and shoulders. And then exhaling, relaxing the arms down. We'll move through another variation of the half sun salutation to make your way onto our bellies, preparing for a back bend. So start at the front of your space. Once again, standing tall, relax the shoulders. Inhaling, reaching the arms up and overhead, bringing the palms together to touch. Exhale, lower the arms down, bringing the hands to the lower back, opening through the chest, drawing the shoulder blades together. Inhaling, straighten. Exhale, hinge forward into your forward fold. Relax the crown of the head. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, step one foot back and then the other, lowering down into a table position. And from table, coming into puppy. Keeping the hips lifted, slide the arms forward, lower the forehead or chest to the mat. Close the eyes, breathe gently here, relax into puppy. And from our puppy pose, we'll prepare to make our way into Sphinx. So from puppy, begin to straighten the legs, press into the elbows, sliding the torso forward. Press into the tops of the feet. Feet are close together. Press the pubic bone down as you lift the navel towards the spine. Press the elbows towards the rib cage. Broaden through the chest. Move the shoulders down and away from the ears, keeping the back of the neck long. Creating a sense of spaciousness through the heart and the chest. Breathing deeply. And now on your next exhalation, slowly lowering down, bringing the chest and forehead towards the mat, placing one hand on top of the other, releasing the forehead down. And next, we'll move into boat. So you're welcome to continue with Sphinx, remaining on the forearms. If you'd like to come into boat, bringing the hands a few inches away from the hips, palms to the floor. Pressing the pubic bone into the mat, navel to spine. Inhaling, lifting the head and the chest, relaxing the shoulders down. You could stay here if you like, lifting the legs, pressing out through the feet. And perhaps adding the arms, reaching along through the fingertips. Or if you'd like to try a variation, if it's comfortable, interlacing the hands together and straightening the arms. So moving without force or strain, finding a comfortable place to hold. If you'd like to challenge yourself on your next in-breath, you could try lifting the shoulders and the legs a little higher. Keep breathing, ujjayi breath if you like. Eyes closed or soft gaze. On your next exhalation, slowly lower everything down, turning the head to one side. Relax, breathe. And now bring one hand on top of the other to rest the forehead on your hands. Bend the knees, lifting the toes. And now come into a windshield wiper motion, dropping the feet from side to side. Being careful that you don't hit your dog. Releasing the lower back here. And coming to stillness, relax the legs along the floor. Give the hips and the legs a little shake from side to side, releasing, allowing the legs to relax. And from here, we'll make our way onto our backs. So extending one arm overhead, bringing the opposite arm to the side of the chest with the elbow bent and lifted, and then roll your way onto your back. So come to lie on your back with the knees bent. And hug the knees into the chest to release the lower back. And you're welcome to hold here in stillness, or if you like, you could gently rock from side to side or circle on the lower back. And if there's any other final posture, stretch, or movement that your body is calling for before relaxation, feel free to take another minute to come into any final movements that will help you to feel complete. And now bringing your movements to completion, coming to lie on your back with the legs extended, preparing for final relaxation, Shavasana. So taking a moment to set yourself up comfortably. If you like, you're welcome to put on socks or any extra layers as your body cools down. Perhaps placing a cushion underneath the knees or covering yourself with a blanket. So making yourself comfortable as you lie on the back, arms resting by your sides, palms facing upward. Allowing the eyes to close if you haven't already. And see if you could bring a little bit more of the upper back and shoulders in contact with your mat. Lengthen through the back of the neck by tucking the chin in slightly. Resting the feet a comfortable distance apart. Bring your attention to the parts of your body that are in contact with the floor. Feel your connection to the earth beneath you. Bring your attention now to the center of the chest, connecting with your heart. Notice what you feel when you place your attention here. See if you could sense a feeling of spaciousness and openness, softness through the chest. And allow this feeling of softness and ease to spread throughout your body and throughout your being. Feeling safe and supported. As you relax the body, inviting the mind to stillness. Letting go of any thoughts that may be distracting or that do not serve you in this moment. Allowing your body and mind to relax and release, receiving the benefits of your practice. And now, very gradually, begin to make some movements with the fingers and the toes. Making small movements to reawaken. Allowing your awareness to expand. We prepare to ease out of relaxation into a loving kindness meditation. So bending the knees one at a time and drawing the knees in towards your chest. And then rolling over onto your right side, coming into a fetal position. And then pressing the hands into the mat and mindfully making your way up to a comfortable seated position. Sitting tall with the eyes remaining closed, hands resting comfortably in the lap. Sitting tall, relax the shoulders, preparing for the practice of loving kindness meditation. This practice helps us to cultivate compassion for ourselves and others. Now picturing yourself exactly as you are in this moment. And silently directing these words to yourself. May I be happy. May I be healthy. May I be peaceful. May I be safe and protected. Allowing these words to wash over you. Receiving. And noticing how you feel after extending compassion to yourself. And now bringing to mind someone you love. It could be a friend or a relative. Just going with the first person that pops into your head. And holding the image of this person in your heart and silently directing these words to your loved one. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be peaceful. May you be safe and protected. Now opening your heart a little bit more, extending your compassion forward to all beings. May all beings be happy. May all beings be healthy. May all beings be peaceful. May all beings be safe and protected. Placing one hand over the center of the chest, followed by the other, connecting once again with your heart. Noticing the effects of loving kindness meditation. And now bringing the hands to prayer position in front of the heart. As you move into your day, I invite you to be guided by the consciousness of your heart. Knowing that when you act from kindness, you could do no wrong. Dropping the chin to the chest. Om Shanti, peace. May the peace in our hearts bring peace into the world. Namaste. I honor the light in you. Very softly allowing the eyes to open, lifting the chin and taking in your surroundings with a fresh perspective. Namaste.